Interest rates continue to rise, so do our home prices. Here in Williamson County, we're sitting at around $1.123 million average sales price as of the end of March 2022. This is an increase of almost $300,000 year to year compared to sales prices in March of 2021. But I know we've been watching the news, we've been watching the reports and seeing interest rates increase past the 5% mark, and that has a lot of people concerned. It's important to keep in mind and keep some perspective that our average annual 30-year fixed rate mortgage is around the 7%, a little higher than the 7% range. So we're still well below where we are to average out since Freddie Mac has been keeping track back in the 70s. One of the things that I'd like to discuss a little more is we are seeing a close in the gap, though, in the amount of buyers who can afford to buy homes in certain areas of the country, including right here. Because these interest rates are going up and because home prices continue to go up, that just simply eliminates some buyers out of the market. It could add hundreds of dollars, maybe even thousands of dollars onto their monthly mortgage prices. And so that's something that a lot of buyers are keeping an eye on and are saying, you know what, we're going to have to go to a plan B or divert our strategy or the location where we want to be because we just can't afford to pay these prices on top of these increased mortgage rates anymore. It's just become unaffordable for them. Having said that, though, Realtor.com came out with an article yesterday where they were talking about the cities across the country who, in a market correction, may be unfazed. And I believe as Nashville being one of the top 4 countries or cities in this country who have buyers coming in. We seem to have a pipeline still from California, Chicago, New York. And being one of those cities that continues to bring in more people than who are leaving, I think we will be relatively unfazed should there be another market correction, and there will be at some point. Realtor.com did express some concern for a lot of the other cities that have not as much of that pipeline and maybe even more people leaving than they are coming. Toledo, Ohio was one of the cities they mentioned, a lot of the places in the Rust Belt area, for example. And that's something that, though it may not affect us, it's still really important for us to keep our eyes and ears out for, just to make sure that we are correctly monitoring our market and the plans that we need to make to act accordingly and adjust with it. There is still expected to be a lot of ebbs and flows in our market as we proceed through spring and into summer and then fall. I spoke with an appraiser yesterday or the day before who actually said that he believes that we are headed for another big surge of intensity in our market. And it's possibly already started. And I kind of see where he's coming from because just last month when Russia invaded Ukraine, when they declared war on Ukraine, when the interest rates started climbing, that all sort of happened simultaneously. And we did see a bit of a pause in our market with real estate. Buyers just sort of held their breath for a week or two. And those buyers who got in during then really won because they weren't really competing with the multiple offers that we had been seeing in the months and the year leading up to that. But I think now that everyone has gotten past this initial what's going to happen stage, those who can still afford to be in the market are back out and they're active. And I can see where we're starting to see more bidding wars and an increase in intensity lately for homes that are hitting the market now and possibly will continue to hit the market for the next month or so. We do have our normal ebbs and flows in real estate here in Williamson County. A lot of it is dependent on the school schedule. And so I expect there will be another opportunity for buyers coming up in the next couple of months. And I can get more specific with you if you'd like to discuss any strategies with me. But in the meantime, I've posted my blog, which has more details there. You can always reach out to me through social media if you have my phone number, text, call, email, whatever. Happy to talk real estate always, and have a happy spring.